Layout and composition are key in design. They bring structure and clarity through five main principles: proximity, white space, alignment, contrast, hierarchy, and repetition. Let's break them down. Proximity is all about grouping related items together to make content clearer and easier to understand. For example, take this resume. Details like education, experience, and skills are neatly grouped together. You can easily follow along. Everything's in its place, making it super readable. Now look at this website called Slice. You can see how text and graphics are grouped. Text on the right, graphics on the left, all related elements are close together, which creates a sense of proximity. Same goes for those cards about account autopay and spent analysis. Even though the designs are different, they are grouped together to communicate a single topic. Next up, white space, also known as negative space. This is all about using empty space to reduce clutter and improve clarity. Think of it as this. Ever seen these minimalistic images where just two colors are used, yet you clearly see two men facing each other, or a key, or bears hugging? That's the power of white space in design, making complex visuals simple and clean. On to alignment, where everything falls into place. Look at this credit card website called OneCard. You'll notice how text is aligned to the left and graphics to the right. Again, proximity and white space are used here too. Can you notice them? Whether left, right, or center, alignment keeps things organized and visually appealing. Now let's dive into Figma to explore alignment through a hands-on activity. Here are a few shapes and we're going to align them to the edges of this frame. But before we do that, let's get you started with a design file first in Figma. Go ahead and create your new design file. Make sure to name your design file. I'm going to name this file as my first Figma project. Now, I'm also going to be renaming these pages. So the first page is going to be alignment fundamentals. Now I'm going to copy paste the alignment basics work that I've done for you by just clicking on Ctrl C, Ctrl V, or I could just right click and copy. Paste. Now let's begin. First shape, I'm going to align it to the left top, one to the right top, and this one to the center top. These tools on the right are very handy for alignment purposes. Let's come to the triangles. First one to the left center, last triangle to the right center, and the middle one remains in the center. Now to the circles. First one to the left bottom, last circle to the right bottom, and the middle circle to the center bottom. And that's about it for this activity. Let's learn about contrast now. Contrast is key to making elements stand out, grab attention, and show what's important in design. Contrast can make or break your design, so we need to use it wisely. Let's take Cred for an example. They rely heavily on black and white. Why? Because it wants a sleek, minimalist vibe that reflects sophistication and simplicity, aligning with its premium brand image, right? Honestly, it's all about creating a strong visual impact without overwhelming the user. For checking contrast, we have tools like Adobe Contrast Checker. It helps ensure your design is accessible by previewing regular text, large text, and graphical elements. I recommend choosing two contrasting colors that pass all three tests: regular text, large text, and graphical elements. If they don't pass, they'll strain your user's eyes. And don't forget to check the color blindness. According to studies, 1 in 12 men and 1 in 200 women are colorblind worldwide. Use the toggle in the contrast checker to simulate color blindness. This ensures your design is clear for everyone. Here are some examples of good and bad contrast so you can see the difference. Now let's talk about hierarchy. Think of hierarchy in design like a chain of command in the workplace. As a fresher, you don't show your work to the client right away, right? First, it goes to your team lead, then to the manager, and finally to the client after several approvals. The same concept applies to design. Hierarchy guides users through your content, emphasizing what's most important. Take cred again. Notice how the headers are large and bold, but the body text is much smaller, right? That's hierarchy in action. It tells you where to look first. Got it? Okay, now let's go into repetition. Repetition builds consistency and reinforces the identity of your design. It's why we stick to a defined color palette, font styles, and components throughout a project. Be it even if the project has like around 40 web pages or so. Look at Udemy or Skillshare, for example. Their course cards are repeated in the layout so many times, reinforcing the design structure and readability. Because at the end of the day, you want to attract the users to enroll into the courses instead of seeing the design layout of Udemy or Skillshare, right? With that, we've covered layout and composition. Next up, fonts and typography. See you in the next video.